spoon for me. Bet that I'm a no man need more gabba. Split for like just a ton.
What up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Ain't no book to this shit. I am your host, Unpopular Stoner, and I want to thank you for being here. Wow, I was just staring at the microphone. Anyway, I just want to thank y'all for being here, because you could be spending your Wednesday night anywhere else but with me, but you're here, and I thank you. And here we talk about life, love, and all the good and bad things in between while indulging in cannabis. Yes, I am. Yes, Terrence, that is I. Um, First and foremost, let's get into the pleasantries. I don't know if y'all know this, but your girl been doing this for a month now. A month. What up, everybody? Let's get some shout outs real quick. My honey bunny, my husband's in there. What up, Tamani? Me, Manina, Terrence. You got Nate from Ohio. Thank you guys for being here. She is what? Anyway, hush. Anyway, so we gotta tell you what has got your girl where she is currently. So we got this amazing chocolate chip cookie that's filled with Nutella. Okay, this has 70 milligrams of Delta 9 THC, and 30 milligrams of CBD. What up, Irene? That's I rolled up a nice little doobie of that fruit salad, but I don't think we're gonna get to it today, y'all. Because I am already there. And yeah, that's the truth. Anyway, so I gotta give you guys the cannabis fact of the week. This fact comes from Google. So GTS, if you don't believe me. Only female cannabis plants can get you high. I had no idea. Now I know this. Women do everything. Females do everything. They are. All right. So today's topic, guys, is the nastiest things I've had to endure while I did 14 and a half years in the Navy, the U.S. Navy. Proud to be an American. Black power. So let me give you a little background first. Your girl joined the Navy straight out of high school. I graduated in June. I went to boot camp in December of 2002. My first 18 months to 2 years, I was on a ship, the USS Ashland, out of Little Creek, Virginia. And okay, and I was on my ship as an undesignated seaman. Don't give me them jokes. But I was undesignated seaman, so pretty much I was in a department called deck, and we were pretty much the janitors of the ship. We drove that hoe, we cleaned that hoe, we repaired that hoe, we painted that hoe. Like, yeah, we were the janitors of the ship. Anyway, I digress. So after that, I was a cop in the Navy for 2 years. And I did that. I was in Japan for 2 years where I met my bestie. Then from there, I went to become a corpsman. So in 2007, I went to corps school, which is equivalent to a medical assistant. I went to corps school, okay? But leading up to 2007, I had already been in the Navy for 5 years. So almost 5 years. So when I went from undesignated seaman to when I went from went from the deck department and became a cop, that was a guaranteed E4 slot. So I was an E3. So that was a guaranteed That was a guaranteed spot if once you graduated the school. So I was an E4. So when I went to core school, I was an E4. They don't know your history. They don't know that you just struck to be a corpsman. So when you go from core school to your first duty station as an E4, they're thinking you. They don't know you coming from core school. They think that you already was a corpsman for a period of time. I just wanted to give y'all that background, so they think that you have more knowledge than what you have. Okay, I just want y'all to know that. All right, so I'm a corpsman. I get stationed back where I'm from in North Carolina, and I'm a corpsman. And the very first thing that I ever experienced was the silver bullet. And no, I'm not talking about your girlfriend's toy in her drawer. No, we're not talking about that. I'm talking about the silver bullet. The silver bullet comes out when you have idiots who don't listen to the rules. Okay, so they had this. It's like a temperature, like what is it? A flag condition. Yeah, they have flag conditions for when it was hot. Now, where I'm from in Jacksonville, North Carolina, aka Camp Lejeune, um, it will be like 75 degrees outside, but the humidity, oh, you was pushing 110. Like that's what it felt like. So they had these flag conditions, and I'm sorry, I just want to read it to you. So green flag meant that the temperature was 80 to 84 degrees. You can still do whatever you need to do, PT, whatever outside. Yellow flag was 85 to 87. You can't do strenuous activities, but you can still do outside shit. The red flag was 80 to 89.9, which is strenuous exercises. Okay, it was like continuous exercises, but you had to be there for like it had to be for some type of training or whatever. I digress. This is and then black 90 and above. All right. So I say that to say this. The day I reckon I got my counter my the day I came face to face with the silver bullet, it was black flag outside, which means you cannot do any strenuous activities. You have to obey the rules because heat stroke is real. Okay, heat cramps are real. And of course you got dumb, and I hate to say this, I love my Marines, but they not intellectually, they not all there. Okay, so anyway, these group of Marines, because they was training to be SEALs, they go outside and exercise. And I don't know if y'all know what them SEALs used to wear, but they were like these fucking itty bitty ass khaki shorts. And they would take the shirts off or whatever and run around, right? And of course they were people. So it was 3 of them, and I'm fresh out of boot camp. I only remember the questions off my last test type of fresh out of boot camp. I mean not boot camp, but core school. So I get there and they rushing me in or whatever. The 2 other guys are rushing the guy who passed out in, and I mean he's not sweating. He's hot to the touch. Like he's like we about to lose this guy. We had to like move quickly, but that's the only bad part. That's like the dreary part about it. But so they call on me, hey HM3, go get the silver bullet. I'm in my head, I'm like, I don't even know what that is. Like, I'm like, okay, because HM3 means I'm E4. I got some experience. Ain't got none. Ain't got not a lick. So I'm like, what is this? In my head, I'm like, what is a silver bullet? But I just told him, okay, like I knew what it was. So I'm standing there and they're like, what are you doing? I was like, this is my first experience. I don't know what the silver bullet is. They say, go in that drawer, get this, and that, all that stuff. And I'm like, okay. So pretty much the silver bullet is a thermometer that you got to put in the person's butt to get their core temperature. So yeah, I was like, okay. So they had everything labeled. I got it. And they're like turning this man over on his stomach and telling me to glove up. I'm like, what? Like, you want me to do what? And at the time, I didn't know how to like not panic and just snap into action. So I was like, I'm hesitant. And they like, come on, let's go. And I spread his cheeks and put it on up in there. And I had to hold it there because we had to get accurate temperature. But I was traumatized because this man was unresponsive. And it's just like, I don't feel right. I don't got consent. So yes, that was my first experience with the silver bullet. Now, this next one, I'm about to show my age. Terrence, you are not as, hey Stacia, can you see your feet? What? Okay, I'm sorry. I got lost in the comments. So the next one is I'm about to show my age. I don't know if anyone in here remember them old school tuna cans that had a key. You had to put it through the little cylinder hole and roll it back. I think they used to have them for sardines too. But it's a key. And you had to roll that shit back before they got smart, got the little pop thing. Okay. So again, I'm at the same clinic. And I'm new. I don't really know anything but what I was taught in course school, so I have no experience. Dude comes in and he takes his boot off. He's like, he scoots back on the bed or whatever. And this smell just hit me. It smelled like feet and infection. That's what it smelled like. And I was like, what the hell? And it was like, HM3, go ahead and prepare for toenail removal. And I was like, what? Prepare as in, what are we doing? It was like, get some lidocaine, needed some betadine, we get gauze, get stuff, get the, I don't even remember the name of it. God, they were just, why is it escaping me? They're like tongs, but they're like curved forceps. Flat curved forceps. Like the mouth part was flat. Anyway, so I'm filling up the syringes with lidocaine and stuff like that. And it was like, all right, you're gonna stick them here, 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 here. And I'm looking at them like, you want me to do this? Like, why me? So I was getting over my fear of doing stuff also. So I'm very grateful for going for these experiences. So I had to stick them all around his big toe. Well, after cleaning it, of course, we did the betadine and all that stuff. But I had to stick them all around his big toe for it to get numb. Now, I don't know if you're not in the medical field, you probably don't know this. But lidocaine don't stick to dead things. Okay? It don't stick to dead tissue. So if it's dead, like them nerve endings underneath may not, like, I don't know how, and I forgot how they explained it to me, but it don't numb up dead tissue or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, that's how they explained it to me. So he getting numb, but he's still gonna be able to feel it to a certain extent, is what I'm saying. So they're like, all right, so is you numb? Stick him with the needle. I can still feel that. Okay. Wait a couple minutes, stick them. Can you hear? Can you feel that? I'm numb. Cool. So they're like, mind you, nobody told me that ingrown toenails can be squirters. Just that I wasn't prepared. I didn't have on no shield, no nothing. So anyway, so I go from the infected area site part of the non-infected side. Or was it infected? Either way, you grab a piece of that nail. And the reason I asked you guys if you know about the tuna can is because that's how you're doing it. You go underneath the nail with the flat part of the forceps and you're turning it and turning it and it's coming from underneath the cuticle. It's a lot of fucking blood. And when I got to the daggone infected side, I went to pull the rest out. Some of the pus skeeted past my face. But I was like, thank God for reflexes, because I would have died. I would have died right then and there. I would have died. I would have died. But then, I mean, he felt all that shit, because he's like, and all that shit or whatever. But, you know, after you do that, clean up again, wrap that motherfucker up, and he just gotta wait for the toenail to grow back. That's how that goes. That's how that goes. I don't know if y'all know what this is, but I had to do a procedure on a person who had pitted hyperkeratosis. It's when a bacteria builds up on the bottom of your feet or hands, and it develops that husk, that thick skin. Yes, homeboy came in. It stinks so bad. Oh, it stinks so bad. It stinks so bad. Anyway, the doctor instructed me to take a straight razor. Well, I don't know what I don't remember what it's called in the medical side, but we would consider it to be a straight razor. The things that you put in a box cutter, yeah, one of them. So, and I start cutting. Thinking about it, there's certain things that I just can't do being in the medical field. Just so y'all know, don't think I'm a punk or a pussy or nothing like that. But there's just some things that I cannot do in the medical field. Like smells, I don't do smells well. Earwax, I don't do earwax well. But anyway, let me get back to the story. So I'm scraping the dead skin off the bottom of this man's feet, and this smells like, oh my God, like Parmesan piss juice. Like Parmesan cheese just sitting in vinegar it was terrible. It was stinky. It was terrible. Garbage truck juice shit. Like it was terrible. So anyway, I'm scraping it, and like he can feel it, but he can't feel it. And so, and you know when you're getting to the areas that he can feel, because you know he'll start to like do like that or whatever. So it was very traumatizing for me now that I think about it, because I can see it again, and the smell was horrible. It was horrible. What do you mean? Absolutely not. You're not doing that. That shit was horrible. Okay. So which one y'all want first? Y'all want Taco Tuesday, or do you want the peekaboo? I'll let y'all pick. What's the next? What's the next encounter y'all want to hear? Not traumatized. I was very much traumatized. Peekaboo or Taco Tuesday? Which y'all want? You want peekaboo? I got one for peekaboo. I don't know how many y'all in here, but I got one for peekaboo. Taco Tuesday, peekaboo. Okay, if I get one more peekaboo, we're gonna do peekaboo. I don't know how many people are still in here, so okay, we're gonna do peekaboo first. All right, so do any of y'all know what a perineum is? The gooch, the parking spot, the space in between your balls and your asshole, your coochie and booty hole. Wait, do we have one? You know what? Disregard that. Anyway, the perineum. Man comes in with what he expects to be an infected ingrown hair. Like, okay, you know, triage. The man gets on the bed and commences to lay on his stomach. And I'm like, oh, where the fuck is this ingrown hair at? Spreads his cheeks. And lo and behold, there we are. And it was not, it did get infected because it had MRSA. Or not MRSA, or was it cellulitis? One of them, I can't remember. But no, I think it was MRSA. So I was tasked with getting that bad boy together. I had to lance it. I had to, squeeze pus and pus and pus. It might have been cellulitis me. I don't know. But I don't remember right now. But either way, pus and pus. And then I had to go in there. I don't know if you guys who aren't in the military know what I'm talking about, but it's like one of them long Q-tips. But it's wooden. It doesn't have anything on the other end. And I had to take the back of it, the wooden part, and get up in there and pop those spots that wouldn't open up. And I had to just kept milking it, kept milking it, kept milking it. And what bothered me, and this is why the story is called Peekaboo, is his booty hole was just not as closed as it should have been. Like, why? This is how it's supposed to look, bro. Why your booty hole say peekaboo? His shit was wide the fuck open. Like he just had some morning, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, so as I'm just trying to think about anything else, and his butt hole is just looking at me like, come on, bro. Like, he was in pain. He was in some pain because I told you I wouldn't think you would feel dead tissue anyway, but I guess you can because lidocaine don't stick to dead tissue. So, and I'm popping different, and you have to get up in and you pop it, and it'll come. It's almost like a volcano. It was disgusting. And then after I cleaned it all out, I had to pack it. It was gross. That shit was gross. Don't judge my life. Don't judge my life. Okay. I got like a pinch of eyelashes on. Don't judge me though. Y'all need to judge y'all mama why you had so many uncles growing up. That's who you judge. Don't judge me. Anyway, so now we're at Taco Tuesday. Why I do not eat tacos on Tuesdays. At this same, now all this stuff was happening at the same clinic, y'all. It was, I don't know, this clinic was just a clinic from hell. Anyway, I had been there for a while at this point. He had a pothole in his parking spot. Ew. What are we talking about? Okay. So I have been there for a little bit now. And I have been being a standby. Hey, Chase. And I have been being a standby for PAPs. And if you don't know what a PAP is, you're too young to be in here and exit stage left. But I had to be a standby. Standbys used to be really big back in the day. They don't do them so much now. But you had to have someone of the same sex in the room. Even though the doctor that did them was a female, she still had to have a standby. Anyway. So we did PAPs every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. This one particular day, this girl comes in complaining of discomfort down in her nether regions. Okay. I am told to get the room together. Hey, Sharmil. I was told to get the room together, which means getting the speculum, the lubrication, all that stuff ready for a PAP. So I direct the girl into the room, and as she's walking up, you can smell her already. But I felt like, I was like, maybe because they've been in the field, because they used to have field ops at the place I used to be stationed at all the time, always in the field. That's why most of them used to miss their appointments, because they were in the field. So I was like, I'm gonna just check it up to her being in the field. In my head, is what I'm saying. So she get in the room. I tell her to get undressed from her waist down, or she can get completely dressed because I believe she's going to do a breast exam, and put on this gown. And I step out the room. I'm standing by the room because I'm making sure I can knock on the door and see when she's ready. But the smell is just bad, bro. The smell is coming from out the doors. You can smell that. Now, this particular doctor, I don't know if her nose hairs got singed off a long time ago because she been, looking at Kudanu all fucking her life or whatever, how long she been doing it. But no, no. She walked in the room like nothing. Like it was nothing. You know how it's just a natural response. Like if you smell something stinky, you like like you get a face. It's instant. It's instant. And she walked in the room like she just walked into a field of flowers. I'm like, I'm gagging at this point. And I'm asking her, like, as we're walking up to the room, I'm like, do you really need to stand by? Because you're a woman, she a woman. But she needed to stand by. I was just trying to get out of it. Hey, Nay. Ain't nothing wrong with it. She had COVID. That was back in, bruh, no. That was way before COVID was even thought about. But so she's like, no, you're gonna do this. And she was a really good doctor. She cared about the patient, so on and so forth. So we was doing this. She didn't care how I felt about the smell. She's like, put a mask on. I'm like, fuck, okay. Anyhow, hoochie. So, I got my little mask on or whatever the case may be, and she just going to town and come to find out, poor girl, why she smelled so bad. um, why she smelled so bad is because she was not taught how to wipe herself properly. She was wiping from back to front, not front to back. And homegirl she had like the nastiest rash over her little hoo-ha area. And I know she was uncomfortable. I know she had to be unfucking comfortable. Not ooh. Yeah, she had to be uncomfortable. And she was yeah. But the doc knew exactly what it was when she smelled it. She said, like, you could have told me. Shit. It's some type of bacteria that builds up and some type of, I don't know. She knows. I didn't know. I was like, well, shit stank. I don't want that. That sticks in the memory. I don't know. You lying to me. Anyway, so those of you who are just getting in here, I'm so sorry. I missed some good ones. Yeah, we just got the Taco Tuesday story. Nay and Irene have heard this story quite a few times. I believe Chase too have heard this story quite a few times. All right, now this is not exactly okay. It was bad, but I kind of enjoy. Let's just get to the story. Anyway, so I don't know if anyone knows the history behind some military bases or whatever the case may be, but the base I was on Camp Lejeune, where I'm from, and they are known to carry STDs, like that base, because too many frequent flyers is what I like to call them, in and out, not using protection, brand new from because a training base was right next door to Camp Lejeune anyway. So in and out. First time away from home, see some new coot, you know what I'm saying, little new coot new. They want to do everything they can, and then they become what I call frequent flyers. The frequent flyers are people who come in with an itch, a tingle in their nether regions quite often. So we would have these, and most of them were male. I'm not saying there was no females that came as free, because there were, getting them freaking shots in the butt. But the Marines, if I saw them more than twice, I knew there was a frequent flyer. Not adding frequent flyer to the Rolodex. Listen, so what I would do, because back then there wasn't they didn't do blood tests. They had to get a swab from whatever was leaking from that Johnson. You hear me? And they would come in, drop their pants. I have them stand up against the wall, take that Q-tip that's a little larger than a normal Q-tip, put in that bad boy, start and pull it out, boy. Yep. And the medication, And the medication you give them, you can mix with either lidocaine or saline. I used to do with saline because it burned. Yep, I was terrible. I was terrible. I had a lot of frequent flyers, so I know I used to hate coming up there to see me because if I was like, you been, I didn't I just see you? Yes, I did, Nate. I sure did. Like, did I just see you, bro? What you doing back here? Anyway, um, this might not seem nasty to y'all, and I don't know if y'all ever had to do it, but when I was stationed in Washington, for a little bit, I had to. Sorry, read the comments. Um, I had to be oh my god, sorry. I had to be a corpsman for several events. I had to be there like their personal corpsman or whatever. Um, and there was an event where they were like having a whole lot of um, sports activities for some of the because it was a training base that I was at, and it was like I don't know if it was a holiday or what, but it had like they set up this whole little thing with a whole bunch of sporting events. You can play football, you can do this or whatever the case may be, and I seen this coming, but I was like, fuck, they'll be all right. I knew somebody was gonna get hurt. I had already seen it. Homeboy had the ball, and it was supposed to be flag football, but it was almost like it was out of a movie, y'all. Homeboy was running with the ball. Other dude stuck his arm out, cool, got his ass, and he went up in the air and landed on his shoulder. This was I couldn't be freaking out, but the noise that it made when I popped this man's shoulder back in place. Oh, so gross. Oh. At first I didn't know which direction to like I was going, and he was in so much pain, and it was y'all, it was like back here. It was out of there, boy. I had to take his arm and pull it, and that was the nastiest shit. That noise just, I can still hear it. That might not be nasty, y'all, but that shit gross. I don't know if y'all ever had to pop somebody's shit back in place for them, but nope. Yeah, that shit gross. But the next one, it kind of tugged at the heartstrings a little bit because it was no fault of the little girl, but it was a pressure cooker that had blew up on this little girl. Like from here down, it was. It was. I had never seen burnt skin in the flesh, like up and close. I seen it on TV before, but not up close. And it was just. It was terrible. I think that's one of the nastiest situations I ever had to endure. Because we couldn't get no IV in her or anything because her stuff is burnt. So it was a hard situation. But anyway, I digress. Just want to tell y'all that real quick. But I have a question for y'all. Did y'all know that earwax has a smell? I had found that out the hard way. I had to do an ear irrigation on a patient. And quick side note, first time I ever did one, nobody told me that the liquid, the peroxide, and the syringe of water I was using had to be room temperature. Okay? I almost hurt somebody real bad with cold water in their fucking ear. Nobody told me at the time, just so y'all know. I know now, but I didn't know then. Anyway, so I had to irrigate this guy's ear, and you had to hold the little kidney cup under. What's it called? The kidney basin. That the little ones is so stupid. Anyway, So I had to hold that up. He was laying down on what was it, his back? Yeah, he was on his back, trying to tilt his head kind of like to the side like this. And had a little cup underneath, and I was squeezing that shit in there. And we had curettes at the time where it's like a hole at the end of this, and you can kind of scoop it out. And the thing the size of a damn half a chicken nugget came out this dude's ear. It was so disgusting. It had hair on it, and it smelled so bad, and it was black. I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. I'm not gonna be able to do this, big dog, because I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it. It just like, it felt like it was like it didn't fall completely out because I had to scrape, but it like when it hit the kidney base, it had a little weight on it. It was like, bro, you've been walking around with this thing in your ear. It was so gross. That shit was so gross. I did not know earwax had a smell. Never knew that until that day. That shit was terrible, y'all. Oh my God. I also had to assist in resetting somebody's nose. That was an experience. Cause you know how on TV they do it so easily and effortlessly. Yeah, it's not the same in real life. That shit is crazy. The doctor was struggling. That shit is not. And the noise. It's always the noise and the smell, y'all. Always. I just can't get with it. I cannot. Oh, God. What else, y'all? I think that's it, y'all. I don't want to get into the ones from when I was deployed, other than the one I told you about the little girl, because those actually get me a little emotional. So, yeah, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about that. But yeah, man. Just thinking about that earwax. That shit was stinky. Hi, baby. Y'all, that's my daughter. Anyway, y'all. We didn't quite make it to 50 minutes tonight. I thought I had more, or I thought I was going to be willing to share more. It's just, I try to keep it light. You know what I'm saying? Now, let's rate this cookie, though. This cookie, though, it says infused milk. Oh my God. It says infused blend. Bro, that's 70 milligrams of THC and 30 milligrams of CBD. Is that cookie is A1. That is, I think we're going to get that cookie 100 out of 10. Because as y'all can see, I didn't eat. And this is not all from today. Like, this is little nibbles. Like, all you need is a nibble. That should have you right. Anyway, y'all, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week. We made it to Wednesday, hump day. And thank you for being on my channel. Ain't no book to this shit, where we talk about life, love, and all the good shit, bad shit in between, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. You guys can follow me on TikTok or just come back here next Wednesday. All right? I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's story. I hope you got a little bit of knowledge about some medical procedures. But until next time, guys, I really just hope you have a great week. Bye.
We make my feel good. Real good. Like that split.